Okay, let's dive in. I want you to meet Emma D. Lemma. She's a fifth grader, and her life, well, it's pretty much perfect. We're talking the best desk, the best view, her best friend right there next to her. I mean, what could possibly go wrong, right? Well, what happens when that perfect little world gets totally, completely, and yeah, catastrophically rearranged? So, yeah, that's her reaction. And you might be thinking, okay, what happened? An earthquake? A surprise pop quiz? Nope. That was her response to a simple announcement from her teacher, Mrs. Parker. I mean, that one sentence, it tells you absolutely everything you need to know about our heroes. Let's call it a flair for the dramatic. So let's talk about this fiasco. What could possibly shatter Emma's perfect world so completely? Well, it all boiled down to one thing: a new seating chart. And for Emma, you've got to understand, this wasn't just some minor inconvenience. Oh no, this was the end of the world, the complete and utter destruction of her entire academic destiny. Okay, this really lays out the stakes, doesn't it? I mean, look at this. On one side, you've got pure perfection, a view of the playground, warm, golden sunshine, and, most importantly, her best friend Madison. And on the other side, total, unmitigated disaster. She's been banished to the back row, zero view, and her new seatmate is, oh boy, the class troublemaker, the human tornado himself, Devin. And there you have it. That one phrase just captures her mindset perfectly. She wasn't going to just sit there and take this. Oh no, this was a challenge. This was a full-on declaration of war against the cosmic injustice of the new seating chart. Emma Lemma was not going down without a fight. Not a chance. So what's a girl to do when her world is shattered? Well, Emma doesn't just get mad, she gets organized. She launches a full-scale, top-secret mission with one single glorious objective: to get that perfect seat back. Welcome, everyone, to Operation Reclaim the Throne. You know, every good mission needs a plan, right? And this is straight from her top secret notebook. It's simple, it's bold, and my personal favorite part, it includes the absolutely crucial final step: the victory dance. I mean, she was so confident, so prepared, but oh man, she had no idea her brilliant plans were about to smash headfirst into reality. And how did those plans go? Well, let's just say they were a complete and total disaster. Day 1, her petition gets politely shut down by Mrs. Parker. Womp womp. Day 2, the secret seat swap is totally foiled by her nemesis, Devin, of all people. And day 3? Day 3. The so-called master plan ends in a classroom-wide glitter explosion. A massive mess, a public failure, just glitter everywhere. But you know how it is. Sometimes it's in our biggest, most glitter-filled failures that the really unexpected stuff happens. After the great glitter fiasco, something starts to shift. That really clear line she'd drawn between hero, that's her, and villain, that's Devin, it starts to get a little blurry. Yeah, this is a direct quote from Emma's own evidence log against Devin. In her mind, he was just pure chaos. Humming like a human kazoo, constant pencil tapping. He was basically a one-man wrecking crew, and she was convinced he was designed specifically to ruin her concentration and, by extension, her entire life. And then this happens. He slides a funny little doodle of their teacher across the desk. And Emma, his sworn mortal enemy, just can't help it. A giggle escapes. It's such a tiny moment, right? But that's it. That's the turning point. She starts to see that maybe there's a real person behind the human tornado. And these little moments, they just keep adding up. First, he helps her with a really tough fraction problem on the board. Then he gives her an encouraging thumbs up. He even draws this cool cartoon of her as Super Emma, defender of justice. And then comes the ultimate peace offering. He shares his gummy worms. And suddenly, Emma realizes these don't feel like the actions of a villain at all. They kind of feel like the actions of a friend. All right, so after all the drama, all the failed petitions, and all that glitter, where does that leave Emma? Her big mission to reclaim her seat has failed, spectacularly. But in its place, something else, something totally unexpected, has started to grow. So what's the deal with the number 23? Well, that is exactly how many times Emma was called Glitter Girl after her master plan backfired. It was a nickname born from her absolute biggest failure, but you know what? She eventually learned to wear it with this weird kind of pride. And isn't this interesting? It turns out the problem, the seat swap itself, was actually the solution all along. Emma was just so focused on what she lost, that perfect view out the window, that she almost completely missed what she'd gained. A whole new perspective. And yeah, a new friend. This is from a writing assignment she did right after the week she had officially declared a full-blown disaster. And what did she write? Sometimes the worst thing ends up being not so bad. The worst thing wasn't so bad after all. It's such a quiet little admission, but wow, it shows a massive shift in how she's seeing things. So, after surviving this whole fiasco, what did she learn? What wisdom did our hero, Emma, actually gain from all this? Well, naturally, she put it all together in her own official survival guide. And her final guide, I think, is a perfect summary of her whole journey. It's about embracing your failures, right? Turning Glitter Girl into a badge of honor. It shows that friendship can be built on the simplest things, like sharing candy or helping with homework. But really, the biggest lessons are the last two. Don't judge people so fast, and maybe, just maybe, the best view isn't outside the window after all. And that's really the question I want to leave you with. Emma's entire world was turned upside down by what she called a catastrophe, but that exact same fiasco led her to an incredible, unexpected friendship and a totally new way of seeing her world. It kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? What if your biggest fiasco is actually your next great adventure just waiting to happen?